Hello, everybody. My name is Dion Morales, your host of the Gold Squadron podcast, and we're coming to you live from round 4 of the Las Vegas Open. Here from Las Vegas, Nevada. Opening. Today I'm joined by my great friend,
James Ritter here.
James Ritter.
Very excited for this round 4. One more round for today, round 4, and then round 5 to finish out day 1 of this amazing Swiss event.
That's right. We got Stephen Butler versus Jeremy Chamblee, the Resistance, versus the Empire. Was excited to see these lists available. With the Resistance here, we would have seen every faction except for Republic, and we'll see if we can maybe catch a bubble game Republic list out there in the next round. And of course, we also haven't seen Flight Leader Ubel live at a premiere event, and this is going to be its debut here.
Indeed.
We'll see how it works out. We're going to have everybody break down. We're going to have everybody get ready to bet for Choose Your Champion while James goes ahead and breaks down those lists. It is time for you to choose your champion.
Awesome. On your left, your Bet 1 All champion, we have Stephen Butler with a Resistance list. Has Nien Num in the, 9 Num. I know people are
correct. The Will's going to come after you. Will's going to come after you.
Find me. 9 Num has in the T-70 X-Wing has Composure, Gross, Pattern Analyzer, Cluster Missiles, and Jamming Beam, of course, has that integrated S-Foils upgrade, of course. Next up, we have Elo Asti, has Heroic Advanced Optics, Heavy Laser Cannon, and the S-Foils. Both of these ships are great at using getting around stress in different ways. And Elo able to do 3 Talons as a white maneuvers as long as you have 2 or fewer stress. And Nien can shed stress as long as you have an enemy in your arc at range 1. The last T-70 we have today is Zay Versio, one of the new pilots for
Hot Shots and Aces too.
Hot Shots and Aces.
I do have to say, this weekend we've had a ton of the new pilots showing up from the last 3 releases. It's pretty awesome to see.
Very awesome to see indeed. And Zay has her father's ability, Del Mico.
That's right.
To re-roll a defensive die as long as the attacker is damaged. To provide a little bit of help in this list, we also have Jarek Yeager. Has a marksmanship, cluster missiles, overtuned modulators targeting computer, and Kaz's fireball title. Provide a little bit of extra oomph out there with those clusters. And to round out this list, a 3-point RZ2 A-Wing, Roby Tice. Has heroic and electronic baffle. Very interesting setup there for that pilot. And on the other side of the table, your Bet 2 All champion, we have Jeremy Chamblee out there with the Empire. Has a Darth Vader Battle of Yavin pilot. This has marksmanship, hate, and afterburners, and has the Darth Vader Defender ability to change a blink to a hit.
It's so good, James.
Yeah.
It's so good.
Yeah, it turns out a lock and that ability basically says 3 hits and one of them's a crit.
That's right. Every time. I'm Vader, hit, crit. Let us continue.
Let us move on. And also has the ability for hate to get some force back if you take some damage. And it has a built-in shield upgrade. Just amazing. Because most of the time you have to choose between afterburners and shield. This one gets both.
Why not both?
Why not both? And like we mentioned earlier, we have the new TIE Brute in the Flight Leader Ubel. Has ruthless synced laser cannons and Tiber Saxon Gunner to hand out some strain, electronic baffle, and targeting assist MGK 300.
How's that Gar Saxon work again?
That's Tiber Saxon.
Tiber Saxon, excuse me. Oh, the other there's there's two of them.
So many Saxons. So Tiber is if the attack is range 1 or 2, and the attack hits, you can spend up to 2 charges, 1 recurring every round, to give that many strain.
Okay.
So if you hit, you can give 2 strain to 1 target after 1 attack.
Wow, that's pretty awesome.
We also have Backstabber and Mauler, both from the Battle of Yavin pack, with both have afterburners. Both have the same ability to roll extra attack die if they have a friendly Backstabber or Mauler or Darth Vader in their side arc at range 1. Backstabber has Crackshot and Discipline, and Mauler has Predator. And just to fill in that little 2-point gap at the end of the list there, we have a Black Squadron Ace in the TIE LN Fighter. Wow, what a list with a bunch of cool abilities here. And for those of you that have not seen Flight Leader Ubel, I'll go ahead and read off that ability right now. Give me just one moment, pull it up. All right.
Flight Leader Ubel says, after a friendly ship at range 0 to 2 defends, if it was dealt a damage card, you may perform a bonus attack against the attacker.
Wow. Being able to perform revenge shots if the defender was dealt a damage card is pretty cool. You do have to attack the attacker. So if Ubel is looking at you, don't ignore him, because he does have that synced laser cannons and the target assist MGK 300 upgrade, the configuration would be more accurate, to help him prevent those range bonuses as needed, and it's just an accurate gun with a lock and 2 calculates. And the objective for today's mission is salvage mission.
You can take as many cards as you want.
We are going around and picking up these.
Oh, I'll grab them.
We are going to. This is the pick up and go objectives. We are claiming these 5 objectives around the map and placing them on your ship card, and you're carrying them around with you. You can get these crates or caches, whatever we want to call them, these objectives, knocked off of you by being obviously destroyed, or if you suffer a critical hit, they can be knocked off that way. So just keep in mind, critical effects are very important in this objective, and the Empire does have a couple of ways to do that with the marksmanship on Darth Vader and also the advanced targeting computer on Darth Vader. What else do we have here? Looks like Jarek has a marksmanship. What else? I think that may be it for like built-in ways to get crits. Otherwise, just re-rolling them. Just get some locks out there to maybe pop off those crates.
So speaking of crates, let's go ahead and break down the scenario. Or did you do that while I was gone?
I broke it down.
You just broke it down.
Broken down. It isn't its most basic.
It is at the atom form. All right, awesome.
All right, so it looks like Zay picked up one of those objectives in the bottom left. You can see by that little gold Squadron goose icon. And
disrespect, man.
Disrespect. And it looks like the Black Squadron Ace doing its job.
That's right. Look at me.
Objective and don't get shot.
That's right. Very, very simple. And in the scenarios where you have these action-based activities you got to do, right? Those low point ships, something like a 2-point ship, really shows its value, right? And I think this is when AMG first did their first points. I think they put in too many 2-point ships. I think thinking about like the math of building out lists, like, oh, let's make sure they can get to 20, but didn't realize the massive value that 2-point ships have in these action-based scenarios. I think their economy really goes up. And a Black Squadron Ace, it makes sense. For you have a twink in Empire, right? You got the lowly TIE fighter. Makes sense.
Oh yeah, having those 2-point. I mean, Will and I talk about it all the time about how certain factions, primarily separatists with their vultures and Empire with their TIEs, have almost a limitless number of ways they can build out a list, because adding in those 2-point ships just like exponentially increases the amount of options you have, whereas with only 3-point ships, or even just one 2-point ship can really help out, but only 3-point ships in the faction will really limit the number of options you have.
And that's what makes it challenging.
Which is pretty sad. All right, it looks like we saw Ubel come up, take a lock onto Nien, or Ninum. And oh my, hello there. Darth Vader coming in hot. Grabs probably going to grab a lock onto 9 right in front of him. That was on L9 right there. Yeah, Vader's just going to grab a lock.
Cellbrute calling me out. You calling this lowly TIE? This a lowly TIE? He's an ace. He's in a TIE fighter. Survive 2 missions. You're an ace.
Survive 1 mission. You're an ace. With how the rebels treat these TIE fighters sometimes.
That's right. On Cellbrute, what I'm actually doing is trying to build a narrative. So when this TIE fighter, this lowly TIE fighter, this scum
comes in and
of the
destroys
earth,
Jarek,
and just becomes the hero, we have a story here. Did the dice cam get turned off? It sure did.
Oh my gosh, what happened? Oh, we have a shot into 9 here. Looks like lost the cash.
Pop. And here's the roll. Jeremy. 2 hits, debating. He's going to go ahead and spend the calculates there on Ubel. This going into Wairobi.
No, it's going into Jarek.
Jarek
takes
2. Takes 2 of them there.
Down to 3. Oh no! We have looks to be Mauler Mythal with Predator at range 1. Spin that focus. Come on.
Take 2 and get 2 evades.
Oh,
no damage.
Goodness. Does not spin the focus. Okay.
And here we go. Next TIE fighter on parade.
Okay, I'll spin that one for hit, crit. Takes the
2
crits.
evades. The crit does end up getting through.
I think that was a hull breach.
Hull breach.
I nailed it. I can see across the world.
Doug Zug says he forgot Tiber. Tiber Saxon mistrigger.
Only works at range 2.
2?
Yeah.
1 to 2?
1 to 2.
Range 2 only. So that was a range 3 shot. We're good. We're good. Everything's fine. Hit crit coming in here from Steven Butler. How about make it hit crit crit?
Oh my goodness.
You got Vader. I got Natties.
Takes a shield onto Vader. Is not carrying a crate, so will not have to drop one, but gets one of those forced right back.
And next shot here, a 4 dice attack going into Vader.
Takes 1 more. Looks like that was coming from 9.
Yeah. A reminder, as they continue to have violence here, half points is not active for this scenario.
You gotta get the whole potato.
Whole enchilada.
All right, looks like this is going to be a range 1 from Jarek.
And 3 focuses.
Are you getting shot again?
He's in the initiative 5. I don't. He's no, Ubel went already. No, yeah, you're right.
Oh, this is a cluster missile. Oh, spent the lock. I'm sorry.
Spent the lock. Yeah, hit crit. And takes 2. Lots of violence this one.
Hit crit.
We saw nothing.
Hull breach.
Really?
Yep.
You still have eyes that are less than 30 years old.
Technically, that is
technically
true.
correct.
Okay, I don't see any more damage coming down. Uh-oh. May have Roby here with a shot into...
Ubel hit crit.
Ubel.
Hello. Got the squiggle, but it will be taking a critical damage.
Direct hit. Ubel. And it looks like it actually was range 2, so that may have been a mistrigger for Ubel. And maybe another mistrigger, not taking another shot with Ubel.
2 hits. Got a focus there. Defending. Safe.
Ubel missed the Tiber Saxon ability, and then also missed the his own ability to take another attack.
There, and just double checking because again, I don't have the Saxons have not been committed to memory. There's not a reason to not do Tiber Saxon, right? There's no type of penalty or bad token or anything like that.
Yeah, it is recurring. 2 charges, 1 recurring.
Okay.
After you perform an attack at range 1 and 2 that hits, if the defender has no face-up damage cards, you may spend 1 or more charges for each charge you spend. The defender gains 1 strain. You know what? I think he actually did have a face-up damage card after the attack. So,
so not a mistrigger. You can't trigger.
Oh no! You know what? He was going into Jarek.
Okay,
that was range 3. But there's no reason for him not to do the Ubel Revenge attack, though. Or maybe he did, and it was on the. Shot him after he shot Mahler. I'm not sure.
Could be, could be. As we're hanging out here, I want to remind you that this coverage is brought to you by our amazing patrons. If you want to become a group of our largest group of supporters, you can go to patreon.com/Gold Squadron. Currently in the queue for shipping at the Curled Paw Creatives shipping yards, we have our upcoming, the first half of the year delivery. We have the Resistance Squadron as well as a slew of other pilots as well. Absolutely came out beautiful. We posted it on Discord, so thank you to everybody who was a supporter over the last 6 months. You'll be getting that, and if you become a supporter now, you'll be in line for our next set, which will include our next Squadron feature, which is going to end up being the Republic, as well as some other juicy cards. So we'll update you as those get created, of course. And remember, if you're a patron, Discord is the #1 place to get updates for Patreon stuff, because that is the easiest way for me to get things posted, because notifications from Patreon are not great, to be completely honest. But anyway, let's go ahead and get back into it. First time catching it live, says Omicron. I am that day. Says excited to get that loot. Yes. Juicy cards. That's going to make the messy table. That's fine. It's okay. Steel Water says waiting for the FO squad. Yes, the next one in line is Republic. I think. I have to double check that. I will say the Resistance sticker, the heroic sticker, is probably my favorite one that I've made out of all the faction stickers.
What? How much was that? $500?
Nice.
Wow.
Sure.
ISO fan coming over here and finding a great deal somewhere. Found a
sales floor.
The sales floor.
It was like in a giant bin of like X-Wing stuff.
Nice.
Very fun. I'm like,
all right, so we just scooped up a.
How much of the stuff was over there?
it's a bunch of prom stuff. Like some are 5, some are 10.
Okay.
K-Wing for $5.
Wow.
You get K-Wing?
I mean, K-Wings are good. K-Wings are great. I like K-Wings.
Yeah.
They're fun for painting.
Was able to find a great deal on a gun chip.
Yeah.
Used to get like the used like X-Wing ship things. Like half the TIE fighters are all snapped and broken.
Of course.
Oh, it sounds like cool terrain.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I was like, I saw that in the corner. I'm like,
Awesome.
Omni Crown says, I might have to start joining some tournaments again. Been picking up the game after a few years off. Still have those millimeter spaced turns going through. Yes. Absolutely. And here we go, going into the next one.
It's so unnatural for me to see the red dice being rolled for road.
Oh, versus the gold ones on, on Tabletop Simulator?
Yeah. I'm just like, why are they rolling red dice? Which is funny because I usually roll red dice for my road when I play in person.
where was that at? Was it in the exhibition? Yeah, in the exhibition hall, in the frontline gaming section. They have like giant big.
Andrew Atheu in the chat says, shout out to the Evergreen Open in Seattle, Washington next weekend. Evergreen Open.
All right, looks like we see a focus rotate from Roby Tice. Gets a block onto this Flight Leader Ubel. We'll probably take the focus, maybe? I don't know. It's such a weird combination between the target assist and wanting to take that focus. Because you get free tokens from the target assist if you line it up correctly. And I think 2 calculates is almost always better than 1 focus.
Always.
All right.
It's just the flexibility. It can be. There are times where you get sad.
Oh, yeah.
You know, if you have 3 agility, that is where sometimes you start thinking like, oh, maybe the focus is better.
1 agility, 3 attack.
Yeah, you probably want the calculate.
Yeah. Double calc is most often much better. It looks like we might have seen Backstabber grab the objective there. I see that little GSP icon there. And we might see Jarek pick up the other one. Looks like it. There it is. Grabs it up off the table. Okay. Is there anyone's left? There's 1 left over there. Looks like the one that 9 dropped earlier from Vader, knocking off all of his shields in 1 big attack.
All of them. So
may see a 4K from 9 to
probably gonna get that ability to pop off here.
So good. 9 says after you perform after you gain a stress, if you have a ship in your front arc at range 1,
and you do right now with Vader,
you can just get rid of the stress.
What stress?
What stress indeed. But you still get to do your pattern analyzer action.
That's right.
Which is insane. and then get your perform action step.
It looks like this X-Wing is going to end up pumping into Zay. This is Elo. Does
Elo
take a damage.
Takes a damage. Not optimal, but if that's what
if Vader ends up doing like a one bank to the right, it's fine.
Yeah. I'm okay with.
Yeah, this is okay. I'll this is a good trade.
Boy, looks like Vader said, "I don't think I want to be here anymore."
3 straight.
3 straight. Probably going to see an afterburners here to get a little bit extra range, and may end up taking that objective.
Afterburners. He's got some good distance. He's dodged 1 arc.
Are you going to spend your action to... No. He says, nah, I'm here to do damage. I'll take a shot at that Jarek. I'll put
going on to Jarek, right?
Yeah. Range 2 on a Jarek takes... probably going to spend a force here.
Hit crit.
Hit crit.
Takes 2.
Takes 2. That should put down Jarek Yeager.
He gone.
4 now. Ant is going to have to pop off the crate. No, you silly gooses. All right, there. We got it. They got it.
Yeah, there it is.
Yeah, and salvage, just make sure you give a chance to your opponent.
It's very common. Yeah, like, oh, ship's dead, grab the ship. Like, oh, wait a minute. You gotta, yes, you have to have that range 1 radius. And while in the current position, it doesn't super matter right now in this game, there have definitely been games where things are at that tight of a tolerance where moving that ship couldn't be the difference between somebody being able to pick it up or not pick it up. Then you get this weird, awkward situation where you're like, oh, it's your fault. No, it's my fault. Oh, my God, what happened?
All right.
Moral of the story, drop the crate first.
Drop it like it's hot. All right, looks like 9 had range and was able to grab the lock this turn to get hit, crit into Vader.
And spends for 2.
Spends a force for 2. Yeah, having the ability of Darth Vader, all the benefits of Darth Vader Defender's ability without any of the downsides of Darth Vader Defender's ability is pretty great.
And here's the roll. You got 2. And it looks like, oh no, there's 2 dice there for Ubel. Ends up able to dodge.
I think that was a heavy laser cannon from Elo. Wow.
Hit focus. 2.
Spin focus for 2.
2 evades.
Vader just shrugging off all of these shots.
You want to do damage to me? Do you know who I am?
Do you know who I am? If you don't, that's fine. But, like, I'm going to let you know. Hit focus coming in. Ubel is going to take 2 more.
Soaking up some damage.
Ubel takes a shot back. Blocked. All right. Do we have any other ships taking shots this round? I don't think so. Looks to be 1 for the Resistance and 2 for the Empire for objectives. Going into round 4.
I just realized I forgot to buy our lunch and breakfast on the business card, and I was like, "Wait a second! I gotta put the business card in here." It's fine. Little transfer will be cool. It'll be okay. I don't know why that hit me now, but it's my brain right now with the way I'm functioning. It's one of those things like when I remember something that needs to be done, I have to do it. I'm just going to do it right now, unless the inconvenience
before I forget.
Before I forget, it's my best chance.
The GSP card.
The card, yeah.
All right. It looks like we're right at about halftime here for this game. Hump day, hump minute.
There was somebody asking in the chat if we had any stats on average game length, average turns. I have seen 7, 6 to 7, 6.5 is about what we've seen. Have they been higher before? Absolutely. Have they been less? Absolutely.
I would say
it depends on the scenario.
Yeah, absolutely, and it depends on the list as well. I would say a short game would be like a 4-round game, and I would say a long game would be anything more than 7.
What scenarios do you think lean towards being less turns?
Less turns, it's going to be assault, in my opinion, and scramble.
Okay.
Because they snowball.
True.
And longer games, definitely chance.
Unless they straight up joust each other.
Yeah, unless they straight up GSP joust them.
GSP, joust zone.
Front and center.
That's right.
Yeah, unless they joust and just go straight at each other.
4 is too short, in my opinion. Yeah, but if that's what happens, it happens. Like if you're slow, right? That's number 1. Also, in a premier event, I will tell you, if you've ever played at, it's different than playing at most stores. Right, at most stores, they'll wait for everybody to get set up, put your dials down. Yeah. Is everybody ready? Yeah. Okay, let's go.
Absolutely.
In a tournament setting, when you're at a convention hall and they tell you need to be out of here by this time,
yeah,
you just gotta go.
You can't. At the end of the day, you can't say, well, you know, Joe Bob, he dropped his ship tray and he had to get it all back together, and that's why we had to start 30 minutes late.
Right.
It's like, well, it's not going to fly.
That's too bad. that looks like you have a 2-round game then. And it stinks that that like a TO has to be, obviously would be more compassionate.
Yeah.
But we have to find a solution that fits for everybody. You gotta move it.
Absolutely.
But I would say 6 is about what I see.
Yeah.
A lot of people like to think they play more rounds than they do. You don't. Most people don't get anywhere close to 12.
Especially if you're both like flying like
5 ships each.
Yeah, or just even that like you're both flying ships that are facing each other, or ships that have turrets. Even can slow down a game a lot. Because you've just now like doubled the amount of shots possible in the game.
Oh yeah.
All right, it looks like these TIE fighters are turning in towards the bottom of the board. Let's see, do we get a bump here? Nope, just a too hard focus from that looks like to be Backstabber. Lines up a great shot onto Zay. And Flight Leader Rubel once again blocked by these pesky resistant ships. All right. Looks to be Elo coming in with his buddies, his T-70s. This T-70 attack group here. Grabs a focus. It's always a good action. I don't think anyone's ever said a focus is a wrong. It's not the
wrong. We did do the math on the like if you have the evade option available, there's sometimes you need to be taking evade.
I don't know. I think evade is a very specific like I need to not die. Yeah. Like I've done the math, and the math says that if I do not roll enough hit or evades here, I will lose the game.
Hit crit focus, spend for 3. Hitting like a truck like Vader do.
Vader. Always out there being a menace.
And that's going to be a hit crit.
What happened, Roby? That's both shields
gone.
These A-Wings can still blank out. Or not roll well.
Where's Heroic when you need it?
He's got it, but he just had one focus result, I think. Oh, in the box.
And trail mix. Hit focus, reroll, double blank, spend for 3, staying aggressive with Ubel. That's going to be 2 getting through. And is that enough to take him out? No, different pilot. This is going on to, who's the X-Wing in the bottom?
9.
9.
Tybers, there it is.
Tiber Saxon gets the double strain on 9 Numb, making him more vulnerable to the upcoming attacks.
Alrighty.
When do we get GSP Germany? 9. I will say I would love to make it out to Germany one day for an X-Wing event. Good peeps. Focus, hit, blank. So we're here now seeing what the next attack's going to be.
All right. Yeah, just make sure that for Mauler and Backstabber, you need to make sure that you have your friends in your side arc when you're doing the attack. It doesn't work unless they're in your side arc.
Hit crit. Crit goes through. 1 hull left.
Weapons failure. No.
9. 9. Rocker Crocker with a classic math joke here. 7th sister 8 9. My daughter is starting to learn about all these really corny little kid jokes, and I absolutely love them. She told me the 7 8 9 one the other day, and I was so happy. I was so happy. I pretended like
proud.
Yeah, I pretended like I didn't know the answer, and she was just elated to like she thought it was so funny, and it was an amazing moment. A kid telling you a joke that they think is funny for the first time
that you've heard a million times.
Yeah, but it's the joy. It's the joy. Where it can get a little tedious is right after that joke. They ask the same question. Why is 6 afraid of 7 again? That's where sometimes the little kid be like, pretend like you don't know.
Oh, it looks like Elo has choices.
Got choices.
Yeah, has Ubel.
I mean, if you can trade, make sure you get something off the board here. 5 for 5 to trade Neon for Ubel.
Looks like he will. Ubel go. Oh, actually. Looks like
no, he's still. That's a thick boy. Hit, crit. Only 3.
I don't know what your options are, Ubel. That's not your focus, buddy. Nope. That's not right.
Whose focus is that?
That's not Ubel's focus. That's his focus. Yeah.
Yeah, they figured it out.
That looks to be also another weapons failure for Ubel.
So Ubel has got a pea shooter. And Ubel's off the board.
Oh, no. Does use the disciplined trigger on Backstabber to grab a lock. on to 9 num.
Ubel. What the Ubel?
What the Ubel?
So score is 7-6. Stephen Butler currently on top.
Gets revenge for Jarek.
That's right. Not quite an even trade. Better on Steven's part, being able to get 5 points, though you do have 9 num limping along with 1 health.
Oh, yeah. All right, we're going to see Zay finishes out here for 2 hits. 1 damage onto Mahler. It's a crit because of hull breach, and that's going to be a wounded pilot.
Wounded.
All right, I think we may actually have one more shot here from maybe Roby. Unless they've already fired, and that was what destroyed Flight Leader Ubel.
I lost it on the board for a second. I was like, where is that A-wing? The coloring on the black is really close to what the mat is.
Yeah, well, it looks like an obstacle to me.
Yeah.
All right, and then for objectives this round, it looks like Zay is holding on to 1, and
we're tied 8-8. We are tied 8-8.
Yeah. And then it looks like both Backstabber and this Black Squadron hero out here, scoring point after point after point over here, has now scored 3 points. Paid for itself already. Oh, actually, yeah, 3 points going into round 5. I guess he wasn't indestructible.
Ubel, nice. That's a good one.
Jag, very nice. All right, very close game here. It didn't feel that close earlier. It felt like the Empire was taking a strong lead.
That's right.
But it was all false.
It was all lies. Listen, the Resistance never gives up, never surrenders.
Oh, okay.
You gotta keep it going.
Yeah. Well, 9.
Yeah, I mean, 9. That'll be a big swing, though, right? That'll be 13-8. And if Jeremy continues to hold on and have the advantage in objectives, that would be could be a 14-8. It's gotta watch out for that. Because I know if I'm Jeremy, I'm looking for that 9. Even though right now 9's behind everything, Vader may be able to turn in to get some shots, but you may end up being punished by the other X-Wings. So
those TIE fighters are facing 9.
Oh, you're right. They are facing 9.
They're coming in.
All right. Well, nom. We'll
probably see
I guess personally, I would love to see Vader get the kill, because then you have the initiative kill.
Absolutely.
Right? Like, that's the money.
Taking those 3 attack dice off the table.
Do you think the too hard fits there? Would a too hard barrel roll get you a shot?
I mean, maybe, but it's a 2-die shot, not a 3-die shot. But 2 very accurate dice.
It's basically 2 hits.
Yeah. All right. Looks like we're setting the last dials here for us going into round 5.
This round and all of our rounds brought to you by our amazing Gold Squadron patrons. If you want to be a part of our largest group of supporters, help pay for the travel and the stay here at the Las Vegas Open, you can go to goldsquadronpodcast.com, click on the Patreon link, or you can go to patreon.com/goldsquadron, or type Patreon exclamation point Patreon in the chat to get the link there. Get swag. We send out some awesome swag kits. Now we're doing 2. We're basically we switched to 4 sets worth of things, but we're sending them twice a year. So it's like 2 super packs, and that's in order to pay less in shipping, because we were hemorrhaging so much money with shipping prices going up. It was a little bit ridiculous. And I mean,
same amount of stuff in fewer packages.
Right, exactly.
Because shipping a lot of small things is much more expensive nowadays than shipping one or 2 big things.
I will tell you, Andrew was he was telling me, he's like, "Are you ready for the shipping bill?" For because he's doing Galaxies now, followed by Patreon, which will be followed by Sector Series. And it's like, you know what? Just tell me when it comes.
Just don't even tell me.
Don't even tell me. Just send the bill. just here's.
I'm not gonna want to talk to you after it. I thought we were friends. This is not a friendly bill. No, that's going to be a bump. Zay, get out of here.
Just scoot you back a bit.
A bump focus. Okay. Zay probably wanted to grab. Oh, Zay RA actually does have an objective, so.
Can't grab 2. You're not allowed. Like, you know what? Actually, speaking of that, I wonder. Okay, you know when I'll be how do I want to state this question? Something that will show me that AMG is so sold on objectives, like that they believe that they have found the answer for X-Wing, is when we start getting pilots that interact with objectives, because that would be a bold step by AMG to have pilots that actually interact somehow with the objectives.
Yeah, that would be a big change. Because right now I think we really don't have anything close to it. Because basically anything that would be referencing an objective token has to do with like the perform action step. Okay, looks like we have another self bump here from Elo. Elo just can't figure it out. It's like, I just want to follow Zay really closely. Make sure she's safe.
And to build on top of that, the way I think it could work really well, I think you focus on the low-cost pilots first. And they end up becoming these pilots that maybe shore up a weakness in your list, right? You're like, my list might be bad at salvage, but you have access to a 2 or 3 point ship that has some small tweak that helps with that. You know, I think that'd be cool.
If you're holding an objective, you can re-roll 1 defense die. If you are holding or contesting an objective, re-roll 1 defense die while defending. Okay, looks like Elo, 9, anticipated the enemy going first and did a 4K. Cannot claim the objective with the pattern analyzer action. So just grabs a focus and a stress. What was the action there for Mahler? Ooh, repaired the wounded pilot. Makes sense. It's an annoying upgrade or annoying crit to deal with sometimes.
I'm about to make a hot take. Are you ready, James?
Hot take me.
So our boy Grimwolf in the chat says, I would like to see them as talents to interact so that we can have legacy adoption / adaptation. My hot take is I don't want to sacrifice the current game for an unofficial game. I could say that in a meaner way, but I want to say it that way. Like, I don't want to weaken. I don't want to take away design space from the active game because there are people who are adapting it for an older version.
Yep.
Adapt away, you know? And they, at this point, they have so many different rules, the people who are doing that are different than 2.5, that I'm sure whatever pilots come out, if they have something to do with objectives, they could figure something out, right? They've chosen that road. Drive it.
It's funny you say road. All right, we have a hit crit coming in here. Looks like it's going to plink off a shield off of Vader. Last shield on Vader. And then we have... Oh no. That's going to be the end of 9. Takes a lasting damage off from the backstabber, stabbing him in the back. Very rough there. That's going to put the Empire with a significant bump there, 8-13.
Oh, I get you. Green Wolf, he said, ooh, bad choice of words. He meant something else. He meant to be able to have older pilots being able to do some of this as well. Sure, James, why not both?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm all for, like Hera. Sounds like Hera in the VCX.
Yeah.
That sounds like an awesome pilot that could hold 2 crates.
There it is. Errata that now, just because she's useless at the moment. She's banned.
AMG hired me. Yeah, exactly. Like, I think Will and I were talking about they could release a banned and errated Hot Shots pack to update some of the banned cards. Mm-hmm. That way they're usable.
Yeah. And
then update, push out some updated cards that has some major errata on them.
The Force Ghost pack, back from the dead.
Okay, it looks like this lead has increased with those salvage points. Backstabber and this Black Squadron hero out here scoring 2 points every round. To the Empire's, or to the Resistance's 1 that Zay is holding.
Mm-hmm. Score of 9-15. Jared Star Wars says they made a card pack like that for MCP already.
Yep.
There you go.
I actually looked at that, the MCP pack, and it's actually really cool. Because they actually changed the original cards. Were not very colorblind friendly.
Yep.
So they actually...
Common mistake in game design. Seriously.
They actually completely changed the way that their cards look to be more colorblind friendly.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. There was a game I played at Gen Con that as I sat down realized that a colorblind person could never play it, because it was all... The whole game, the whole premise was you had to know the difference between the red and green.
Yeah.
Like, you had to. Otherwise, you couldn't play.
There's I can't remember the name of it, but there's a color game to where it's like what is the color of like a sunflower? And it's a like hex code of colors.
Oh.
And it's like kind of thing, and you all have to guess the same thing. And yeah, that's not very colorful at all.
Interesting.
Q's and Q's, that's what it is.
All right, so very true here. If Jeremy grabs a 3rd crate this turn, that would definitely put the nail in the coffin. That'd be 15, 18. You lose 1 the following turn. You still got 2. That's a dub. Remember not to go away. We have one more round after this one. Lots of X-Wing action coming your way. There's the barrel roll towards the objective, getting ready for that one hard and collect.
All right, Backstabber may also do a barrel roll here. Maybe not. Oh, we cannot do a barrel roll because they are holding an objective. You cannot do any kind of repositions. The only maneuver, the only move you can do is
your maneuver.
Is the maneuver. There are very few things to get around this, including, but not limited to.
Including, but not limited to.
The Reaper's
ailerons.
Adaptive ailerons,
yes.
I think they're called. Or controlled ailerons.
Controlled, that's it.
And then also Anakin Skywalker in the Naboo is not considered a barrel action. It's just a barrel roll. So that gets around the... And then, of course, the Striker's adaptive ailerons. Looks like we have a judge question on the table. Maybe looking for an arc check. Ooh, you know what? I bet they're asking about heavy laser cannon. That could be a big question.
What do you mean?
The LOASD if they have Darth Vader in the heavy laser cannon.
Snap.
You use the thickest template you have. Yeah. Is what is it? The opposite of
opposite of the wiggle room? Do you want the big one?
Thick room.
There was a there was talks amongst X-Wing players at one point. This would have been like 4 or 5 years ago. Of like selective template choosing. And something along those lines of like, well, these, and they were just talking about official templates. Like, let's just look at the official templates because there's variations within there, just like there's variations within the cardboard. And just like, oh, you know, this range 2 is slightly thicker, and most of the time you're doing bullseyes with range 2. You know, that kind of stuff. Very interesting.
Okay, did not spin the focus. It looks like no damage all around right now.
Blank out, heroic.
We're safe.
Safe.
Woo-hoo. All right, that would have been the end of Roby Tice if not for heroic. So, all you naysayers that say heroic is bad, blah blah blah. Well.
Ryan Sanasuski's going to come after you.
Yeah, he's going to come.
The Zooski's going to get you.
The Zooski's going to get you. All right, looks like Zay has a shot here into probably Darth Vader. Only one hit. At least one evade there. Safe. And that will be... it looks like Ello picked up an objective here, so it looks like it's 2-2 this round. But...
Yeah, 11-17.
But if Mahler is able to grab that last objective in the left middle of the board, I think that may seal the deal because we only need 3 more. So going to need to be able to pop off either Backstabber or this Black Squadron Aces crate this turn.
That's right. You just got to make sure that those TIE fighters survive. Now, mind you, you got Backstabber, who is facing in the same direction as those 2 X-Wings. The 2 X-Wings could try to swing it around and try to pop the crate off of Backstabber. Mind you, Backstabber is full, has a 4 health. So that might be a little bit difficult to do. Also, I think if I'm flying backstabber, I'm probably going to end up turning to the left to try to crowd that area. Or even maybe land right in front. Let's see their initiative 4s.
Yeah, I may go for a 3 bank.
That's what I'm thinking. 3 bank right in front. That way, if they talon roll, they're on the side. Because K-turning it there is pretty risky as well.
Yeah, and Zay is going to have some hard time. I mean, Zay could just like hard too. But yeah, I think either way, I think what needs to happen for Steven to kind of get back in the fight is they need to knock off, I would say they need to knock off 2 crates this turn. And both backstabbers and the tie or the, I mean, I guess if Roby is fast enough, could 3 bank and then boost rotates to get a shot onto Mauler. Mauler only has 1 health left. If able to destroy, Mauler could get 3 points immediately and prevent another objective scorer.
$16 minutes here. Could be the final round. Looks like they've made their decisions. They've locked it in. Here we go. Jeremy Chamblee will stay the first player. That means his initiative 3 will be moving first.
And 5s.
And 5s. Black Squadron Ace going towards the middle, holding on to the objective. Slaps down the focus. Seems to be in a pretty good spot defensively.
Oh, it's so close.
And that is very close.
If
Talon
it's a Talon, it's okay. If it's not, ooh, it's a Talon roll.
All right, that 3 bank's looking pretty good. 3 bank barrel roll to the left might get you out if you're a backstabber. Now that was Zay Versio making the turn.
Looks like we see a Roby Tice here with just a 2 straight. A lazy 2 straight there.
And there's the 3 bank we talked about.
It is. It looks like it's a bump.
Getting all up in the space of those X-Wings, forcing a range 0 shot, much less likely to roll crits. You have defensive potential there.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, you're right. Can't barrel with an objective.
Yeah.
Well, this is still good. It's still a good position, being at range 0.
And looks like, yep, Mauler will go out and grab that objective and force some kind of movement here. With
trying another Talon roll, I believe, with Elo.
Would have been spicy if we'd seen a 1 straight there.
Ooh, sandwich. Make a little sandwich.
I don't think Elo's going to be able to get a shot, unfortunately. But that Talon roll is white, which is super cool. Should be white. But I don't think any kind of action here is going to make a difference. No shots and cannot reposition, holding the objective, not taking any shots either. So I think that may just be the game.
Barrel roll here for Vader.
Tries to get range onto, it looks like he does.
Reaching for Roby, right?
Roby. Oh boy.
Ooh.
It's going to be hit 2 crits.
Spen takes a critical damage.
Crit.
Double would be trouble. Not a double damage. We didn't get the body language for it.
Yeah. All right, I think unless Zay is able to knock the crate off here.
Nope.
No, not with that attack.
Blank, blank, focus. You need crits. Hit focus. And there's the shake. End of turn. That would end up being 20 points for Jeremy Chamblee off the objectives to Stevens 13.
Yeah, 13.
Excuse me. So 13 to 20. Jeremy Chamblee wins the game. With a thank you to ISO, Danko, Baffle, Trojan, Prophet, Shadow, Tycho, Spice, Raider, Lancer, Fallen, Row 6, 626, Chief, and J-List, our Grand Admiral patrons. And all of our Gold Squadron patrons and community members, thank you for your support. Gold Squadron out.